they be talking about, oh, I want to go against the toughest people in the final. I want to have the toughest competition.
Who say
But
that?
then,
They don't say that. They don't say that. Jay and Michelle and them do not say they want to go against the toughest people. Specifically,
they don't say that
they
this
want
go
without.
around. They said that before, and that's
No,
my
previously,
problem.
yeah. I thought you meant
But
this
I'm
season.
saying,
Hey guys, and welcome back to our channel. We are back with the new episode of the Challenge 39. Yeah, the Challenge 39, Battle for a New Champion. And we are coming back from the Kylan, Horacio, and Zara elimination, where Zara was eliminated and Kylan and Horacio are headed back into the house.
Yes. So at the top of the episode, Kylan and Horacio decide to play a little pranky prank on the house and basically lets everyone at the house think that only one of them was coming back, which ironically bites them in the ass this episode. But so Kylan is the first one there. Everyone is like boo-hooing that Horacio gone. Olivia, she's like,
She's like, he was always my friend. He never betrayed me.
Exactly. I just was so blinded by Jay and Michelle, and now wasting her breath, basically. And then, I don't know where Horacio was hiding at, but I guess production's like, you can finally go. So he comes in and, everyone is like, okay, cool, we all friends again. And then nothing really happens in the house. We get straight to the challenge, right?
The only thing that happened was there was a brief tiff between Berna and Kylan.
Right. So basically, Corey, I do want to say that Corey and Jay have a conversation where Corey asks the question, how many times are we going to take shots and basically miss every time? And Jay is like, oh, I want to get Horacio and out, so I guess I got to do it myself. And I'm just like, Jay, if you would see them in an elimination, your suitcase will be packed.
Jay is getting smoked in any elimination possible at this point. I don't have faith in Jay in any elimination. Who is he beating in elimination outside of South?
Well, if it's rock climbing, then
because I haven't seen him do anything. I haven't seen him solve a puzzle under pressure. I ain't seen him do nothing physical under pressure. I don't think he's going to win anything.
After that, we do see a tiff with Kylan and Berna, because Kylan was over. He was over Berna. Berna was talking. I don't think Berna even said anything wrong. She was just like, "Oh, thank you for." She was like, "It was basically, I'm glad to see you back in the house." And Kylan was like, "Girl, shut up!" Like,
you ain't glad.
I feel like it was very much meant like, "What are you talking? Why are you talking?" Like, he was just ready to. Yeah, and she was just like, "Oh, but with Berna, I just feel like she be trying to prove a point, but it's like your point also validates everybody else's point about you. Like you're so quick to like spark up and like, granted, all he said is like, don't tell me to shut up. And she's like, I'm gonna tell you that and all that. It's just like, calm down. Like everything else doesn't have to be an argument. And then we also see E-Man and Berna reverse trauma bonding, where Berna is basically saying that her mother is like this depressed. I wouldn't even say she's depressed, but she just had this bad childhood and everything. And Emmanuel was like, my childhood is great. But yeah, I feel for you. And then this episode,
I mean, yeah. I mean, at a certain point in the episode, like I was ready to just like stop watching, but that's just kind of how the whole season has gone. But yeah, so we could get into the daily challenge. Was that was the challenge before or after Jay had a little thing happening with Michelle as well?
That was before.
No,
that was the challenge happened, and then everything afterwards is where I start to get frustrated. So
yeah, let's go to the daily challenge. This challenge was very like it was like something to it, but it was also very just like simple as well.
So basically, this challenge is called End of the Line. It's played in 5 heats, which I don't know why. I
Yeah,
guess
you could
as
have
a
literally
defense.
just had 13 strings. Hey,
Yeah,
we could
they
have got this
overcomplicated
done in
that.
one
They
go.
overcomplicated it for no reason.
Yeah, everybody count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Repel. Whoever fall, we see it. There we go.
Exactly.
That was
So this game is called End of the Line. It's played in 5 heats. Players begin on the platform above water and harnessed to a rope. They must descend down the rope and use the stopping device on their harness to stop as close to the bottom of the rope as possible. Players are disqualified from the challenge if they fall into the water after failing to stop. The player who stopped closest to the end of the rope in the fastest time wins, and they also receive, instead of Burger King, they receive $15,000 cash prize and what is not even a cash prize, $15,000 of Under Armour swag. Oh. And if multiple players are disqualified, the player who falls into the water the slowest is eliminated. I would have preferred this been a Burger King challenge than
why?
Because one, they didn't even have like any Under Armour gear. They showed these shoes, but at least with the Burger King or even with the Puss in Boots sponsor challenge, it was more grandiose.
That was in Boots.
Mm-hmm.
It just gives it more. This was Under Armour, and then it was just like, stop at the end of the rope. Have fun.
Yeah, bye. They should have did more. I don't know, like had to go across some type of obstacle, then do the rappel, then but
they just wasting the budget at this point.
Yeah, to just that be it. I was like, maybe I don't know what I thought.
But I also believe that like how you guys was talking about 5 heats and you don't know why. I mean, they just only did that so they could extend the episode. If every episode's got to be 90 minutes, they got to fill that time slot. And as we can see from what was going on in the house, it wasn't much as nothing going on. So they had to find some type of way to extend the episode for real.
Yeah.
Ed, Corey, and James are the only 3 to fall into the water.
But yeah, so it was pretty straightforward. We knew. Well, I don't think I knew exactly who was going to leave, but I know who I was hoping because it was you said James, Corey, and yeah, all failed.
I thought it was James.
3. I mean, you thought it would have been James?
I thought it would have been James.
I don't know I thought that what's his name? Ed he got down to the bottom first, but he fell first. I thought the rules was whoever can like stay up the longest before they fall.
That's what I thought, but Ed was up there longer. Like Ed had stopped for a moment.
I don't think Ed was up longer than James.
Ed had literally stopped it. He was holding on, and then somehow his thing got released, and that's when he fell in. Yeah. James went straight in, like.
But I think it took him a while to get down the string or whatever, the rope. But I don't know. But
that's why I don't like these challenges where it's like I'm gonna need a ruler or something because
I agree.
Yeah, and then y'all not showing us the time either, so it's like, how can we see? Definitely, if they like far away from the cameras and stuff, like what's really like, it was just bad optics.
Yeah.
But let's get to the meat and potatoes of this. So James leaves. Not James. Ed leaves. He's eliminated. He said his piece. And then we find out
he feel like he could have took that. And I think maybe, I mean, he had he was, as far as the men in the house to win, I think he was top 3. I think he could have had a real shot of winning. But I mean, he was on Jay and the Alliance, so I mean, I'm glad he got.
So it was down between Horacio and Jay, and to add salt to the injury, they crowned Jay the winner of the challenge. And from that moment, Jay made it known that Horacio and Kylan will be the ones going back into elimination. And Kylan and Horacio was already ready. And here we go. Now they need to figure out, how do we pick these people and who will be our third person? Yeah. And Jay goes on this tangent where he is just basically like,
he want Colleen gone.
No, Jay doesn't want Colleen gone.
No, Jay wanted Colleen gone.
He did it first.
Jay did it.
Yes, he did. He was the one that said Colleen first. And then what's her name? Michelle was fighting for Colleen. She was like, I only got two
No,
top
Michelle was
people.
never fighting for Colleen.
What are you talking about?
Michelle is the one who wanted Colleen in.
No.
Yes.
Michelle
Michelle is the one who wanted Colleen in because everybody else she was tied to.
No. Okay, yes. So she wanted Colleen in. No. She want all them in. But wait, maybe I'm like remembering wrong. But I thought okay, so she wanted like obviously she doesn't have that many expendable people. So yes, Colleen was the one that she said she could get rid of.
Colleen
But they
didn't come into the picture at all at first. So the first conversation that Jay and Michelle had was about who would Jay pick first as far as who would start the chain of events. So he was like, it's between E-Man and Michelle. And Michelle was like, why would you pick E-Man before me or whatever the case may be? And then Michelle was like, I don't want Olivia and Nerese to be the bottom two. If it's already going to be Kylan and, Horacio. That's all that Michelle wanted. And then Jay was like, the decision is up to you or something of that nature. And then basically somewhere along the lines, we start to be like, oh, James and Mariah are higher than Olivia and Nerese, which is the main reason that Olivia and Nerese go up to James is like, we will basically, or the agreement basically was if Kylan and Horacio agree to go into elimination, then we wouldn't choose Olivia and Nerese. And then it became you save one of them and then it will be between, or we'll say both of them to do a truce or whatever the case may be, or something along those lines. And then Berna, Colleen, and Corey will be the bottom three. And then that's where everything starts to just...
Everything went to hell at that point.
Yeah.
Everything went to hell. And I honestly have never been so disgusted with challenge politics in my fucking life. It's ridiculous at this point.
Yeah, it was a lot happening, a lot of back and forth and deals being made. I just knew it wasn't gonna work out.
It was just like it's just bad politics. And Michelle was finally realizing that Jay is not playing me and him together, against the world.
He trying to keep every single one of his people.
For Jay to, very much self-preservation. And this is where I started to kind of warm back up to Michelle because now she's realizing that the game she's playing isn't the same game Jay's playing. And she's realizing that he's doing her the same way she was doing everybody else. But at least she has some sense of like loyalty where it's like, I'm going to protect everybody as much as I can, And like she said, we don't have any more expendable people. So anyway it goes, I'm going to face backlash. So I can respect Michelle in that sense, but I literally lost all respect for Jay. We do get to the club.
Oh, yeah.
And that's where Berna comes in and basically states, basically like, I want to test Michelle. And if she puts Nerese and Olivia above me, then we're done. And then basically Jay's like, this is a good plan. So Michelle, this is what we're gonna do. You're gonna
but Michelle don't want to do that though, because she want to get Colleen out, and she know Berna want to save Colleen. So she's like,
exactly.
I don't know.
If she want Colleen out of here, that's against everything she's working for.
Yeah. So Michelle was trying a little bit to not put Olivia and Nerese in. I think she really was. It's just so many people that they done promised them
when you promise when you promise 90% of the house that you're not gonna vote them in and that you're not gonna, say their name, when your entire alliance makes it to the fucking end, you gotta say names at this point.
Yeah.
So you gotta, I mean, it's nice to, politic and get yourself to the very end and, people have your back, but it only make you look bad in the end because now like, you done promised all these people you going to the end, and now you gotta throw everybody under the bus because now you gotta pick favorites out of the friends that you wanted to save.
But like I said, to Michelle's defense, she knew what the cards was. She knew that at this point, we don't have any expendable people, but Colleen is the bottom of my list. So
which is why Colleen should have already jumped ship. You are at the bottom of that list, girl. You in danger, girl. You should have been out of here. You should have been turned to the other side. But every time she had a chance to do something different, she didn't. But that's why she's gonna be leaving soon. So
yeah. So we get to nomination, and I just don't. I understand, playing a fair game, and I understand wanting to have good TV, and I understand all that. But at some point, production has to jump in and be like, "This is not okay." Like for the last 5, 6, 7, 8 weeks, literally the same person.
Well, they can't jump in. It's a game.
People have been in eliminations.
If it's, I mean, the rules of the challenge in general probably should be the person that did it before cannot do it the next time. But if that's not the rules, then I don't think they can just be like, oh, you just randomly, oh, you went in 5 times, you can't go in no more. I think at the beginning of the season that should be a rule that.
But that's the point I'm making. That's the point I'm making. This is not the first time they've seen a pattern occurring and not stepping in.
I mean, but it's happened. Now
it's happened plenty of times, even on the older seasons. We've had people going.
They could have changed this once Conquest started. They could have made the rule.
They could have.
Once a winner or once a person beats elimination, they cannot be voted in the next week. They saw this coming. They could have prevented this from happening.
Yeah,
just like in Double Agent Spies, Lies, and Allies. When you see all your rookies leaving, hop in and be like, okay, let's pivot the rules a little bit. Because we're production, we can do whatever we want. The challengers don't know what the rule book is. So, okay, let's start making it less, vet focus or whatever the case may be. So when I say like intervene or step in, that's what I mean. Like, you have time to stop this from happening. When you see, if TJ is like, I'm tired of seeing this, I know production is in these tents like, okay, y'all, we gotta do something. Not for next season. Fix it this season before we,
But also to piggyback on what you're saying, on top of them fixing the problem, it's like, production can change the rules, but they also have to think about the viewers, because at a certain point, we gonna watch this. Like, they have to be in the moment. Like, do we really think the people are gonna care to watch all of these people play the game the way they've been playing in that moment so that they can adjust the rules properly? Because let's be honest, I can give a fuck who wins this final now.
I would like to see, like what you said, you can't go, if you went in last week, you can't go in this week. And then that would force, like, let's say it was implemented at, what's this, Conquest?
Yeah.
Let's say it was implemented at Conquest. This is the rule. If you went in last week, you cannot go in this week. You can't be bottom 3 or something. But it don't work with this little with this pick pick person, like with the order they pick. So it don't really work that way, because what about if I don't pick that person? So you just tell them my pick don't matter. You know what I mean? But let's say
they still can have that rule. It would just be 2 people are already entered in the. So let's say, for example, they implemented it before. So Jay, whatever his choice was, Horacio and Kylan are already in there. So Jay will still have his vote, and it will still trickle down the way it did. It's just Kylan and Horacio just won't get the vote. They will already just be safe. And then the bottom 3 will still be the bottom 3.
Like, if you do the picking thing, if you're left at the bottom, you should be able to call out whoever you want.
I think those 2 rules can exist at the same time. If you're going to have the picking order thing, you cannot have the person from last week cannot go in thing. So, because again, if I win, I win. So I'm against Jay. So Jay is at the bottom, but he went in last week. My Lions know I want him at the end of this order. But because he's safe from going in last week, it don't matter that he's at the end now. So then he shouldn't have, then he didn't, it was no purpose of him even winning because it just so either
No,
one.
but
I mean,
also,
like
but it forces you to play
because
the
you
game a little bit
lose.
differently. It
That's
forces
what I'm
you to
saying. If you can't finish your game,
play
that's
different.
not,
It forces you to go against other people that are in your alliance for just that week, because then the next cycle, okay, well then now somebody like Horacio's back on the table, because even though he won elimination last week and he was safe this week, next week he couldn't go in.
But I'm
Now he's
saying
on the table. He's
what
an
would be the
option.
purpose of them even playing in the challenge? The people who went in last week, they are safe
You
this
still
week.
hold power, because then
But
you get to pick the order. You can start
now
off.
you can. So let's say
I'm
You
saying
you
Kylan
can start
they
off
don't
and
need to
help.
play the challenge then, because why are they playing the challenge? They're not gonna leave, and they're not gonna come in number one. I'm a little confused about what we
because
this hypothetical situation is like.
because even if, let's say, Horacio or Kylan won, let's say Horacio won, okay, I'm still safe, but now I can make sure Olivia and Nerissa safe as well. Kylan is already good. He doesn't get a vote, so he's safe regardless.
Okay,
but
so you're saying he's out of the picking, or he don't pick
whoever
nobody.
wins, they don't get a vote, so they can't choose somebody to be safe.
Yeah,
Is what I'm saying. So you
They
take the
can't
power
choose
away
to
from
safe
them
or
for
anything,
voting.
but he also can't win. Is that what you're saying as well?
No, they still
no,
can win.
you can
He
still
ain't
win.
got
You just
no
can't.
vote. You say he don't have
But
a
if
vote.
you no, it's if you win, you can start off the picking of the order, because it doesn't matter. You are already safe to begin with. But if you don't win the challenge, you're safe regardless. You just can't participate in the voting, because what is the point of you voting when you're already safe? There's no point. You have to remove yourself from the equation if you don't win the challenge, because you're already safe. But if you were to win said challenge, again, it's redundant. You're safe. You're doubly safe at this point, because now you went to elimination, you were safe, but you also won a challenge. So nobody else is safe except you in that moment. So you just start the order. So it's like that. So I
So
get
it's
the
like I still could, even if
You say you get what?
I get it. I'm following.
Yeah.
I'm taking notes.
I was like lost. I'm like, wait, I don't.
I got
it. Forces, because if they do it this way, it forces everybody to play a different game, and that's the thing the producers doesn't do. They don't force people to play the game. Yeah. So anyway, we get into this actual nomination now, and Jay chooses Michelle, and Michelle chooses Olivia, and Nerissa was like, "We in this," and Olivia chooses Mariah,
which is crazy because it doesn't matter. I don't care what the deal was, baby. I don't care. Yeah, we could have said literally 3 seconds before I said the name. I could have said, yes, I'm gonna choose Mariah Nerisse. Like, I don't care.
Period. Like,
I don't care.
What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Vote me in next week? Okay.
Yeah, what you gonna do? Because
you gonna do that anyway.
So I didn't care what that, like, she's like, she made that alliance. What does that mean?
What made it worse is what she said during that conversation is, I'm always going to choose y'all over, basically, I'm going to choose y'all over Nerisse. What? Did you not just learn your lesson? And what did you not just say 10 hours ago when you thought you lost Horacio?
We thought
honestly, it was probably one of the worst moves in challenge history.
Oh, yeah.
And then Jay has the nerve to be upset when Nerissa ended up being
well, I do believe that Jay did not know that was gonna happen like that. It didn't seem.
But what did you expect?
Let me tell you something.
What did you expect? Literally everybody.
I can't remember. Who did he think was gonna pick Nerisse for her not to be at the bottom?
Colleen.
And who did Colleen pick? Corey. Why did he think that?
Like I said, I don't know what. Once Jay said that Olivia is gonna pick Mariah, you already sealed the deal that Nerisse was not about to be saved.
Yeah, because I don't know. Out of all the
I can't even think of way they did last week.
That was the worst move I've never seen. I when it happened, I was like, who? I'm shocked people are still watching the show at this point.
I don't know what Jay suspected. So Jay chose Michelle, like we said. Michelle chose Olivia. Olivia chose Mariah. Mariah, of course, chose James. James chose E-Man. E-Man, of course, chose Berna. Berna chose Colleen. And then Colleen chose Corey, leaving Horacio, Colleen, and Nerisse for elimination. And
Nerese is upset. She is so mad. Like, just like I would be, because, like, what? That was just
And
like,
That
then
I
move
wouldn't know
made
what to
that move
say. I
made
would have
no
literally
sense,
been
bro.
flabbergasted. We would have had to cut,
That move made no
cut,
sense.
cut the commercial. And I just would have been like so over it.
and my boy Horacio,
Oh,
heartbreak.
Horacio just couldn't believe that either. He literally couldn't. The whole time, first of all, he was just totally like blind to Olivia talking about him this whole season. He didn't have
Exactly.
nothing about that. And then he see this, he's like, he just so blue about it. About yeah, he didn't
And the
suspect.
crazy part is he's
Olivia been
still
fake since Love Island.
the crazy part is Horacio still hasn't seen this. He just got back home. So he's probably gonna have to binge watch everything to see everything. But they already filmed the reunion. And I
I'm
don't even
ready
know if
for the
he's
reunion.
there.
Cut to
Yeah,
the
they filmed it.
reunion.
Yeah.
So I don't even know if he was at the reunion. So he don't even get to like really like, but you already know Nerese gonna hold it down because period. So yeah.
But yeah.
It's just Horacio was just hurt. He
Yeah,
was just
mostly
hurt
everybody, but
that
and not just Horacio, and not just Nerese, and not just Kylan. Everybody, even on the other side, was like, "What?" Everybody on the other
That's what
side
I'm
couldn't
saying.
believe.
Like
Everybody was like, "Why
the
would?"
move made no sense. Like you could have saved you. You can't sit here and talk so highly of somebody that is your friend, and then you do that. And I understand, like
especially
if you want to do it to be like, look, you're a good competitor. Only one person can win. You got to go in. I'm scared that you're gonna beat me in the end. If she had said that, I wouldn't have even cared at all. But that was not her first response, and I was like, "Yeah, that's lame. That's lame. That's whack.
Yeah,
like
Wrong."
what Colleen say? Who needs friends when you have people like Olivia? Like
who needs
Yeah,
enemies?
that's
Got friends like
yeah.
crazy.
Olivia. Everybody said that. She said that. Corey said it. Bernard. Everybody was like, we didn't expect that because again, them verbal agreements. This ain't no binding contract. You ain't about to get sued by MTV or nothing if you don't say Mariah. So say what you want to say, and you obviously wanted to say Mariah because you literally could have said Nerese.
Yeah. She has a conversation with Nerese, and Nerese was like, my brother told me not to trust you. But I
And I
was like,
still
you
trust
know what? Olivia hasn't gave me a reason to. And then in her confessional, she's like, nothing hurts worse than someone who's waiting for you to disappoint them. Like, yeah, she gave you the chance. She was optimistic that you wouldn't be that person that people told you would, and you turned out to be the person that everyone said you would be. So yes, you and Nerese will never be friends again. Like, no time soon.
Yeah, that was a mess. And she made that messed up your like future games. Like you gotta think past
Exactly.
the game. You
How
gotta
can
think
you say Horacio is your ride or die when you don't even one, like Jay said, you gave the okay weeks ago to take him out. So that's already you could have just like you literally could have justified and cleaned your whole slate. So we get to the elimination. Is basically the same setup as the previous, just different checkpoints.
hmm.
So station one, players must climb over a wall to use a geometric puzzle piece to recreate a given image. Station two was players must cross a balance beam, then pair together some chains so that the link in each pair adds up to 39. And then
Mm-hmm.
station three was the players must crawl under a net. Use blocks to build three equal stacks on one end of a seesaw-like apparatus, then pull a rope to balance out the apparatus without toppling their stacks.
When they first turned the corner to start the challenge, I went to read. She said, "What the?"
Kylan,
Kylan
Kylan
and
and
Horacio
Horacio
hopping over them blocks. The reef like, what is happening? That would have been me.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what's the penalty for going around? Because that and Horacio go for the puzzle. And they're having a tough time with that. And instead of going there, Nerese went to the chain link puzzle to make them all the same length. And so she went there. And so looking at them both and then seeing how she was concentrating, I was like, Nerese might finish this one. And she did. Nerese finished that one first. I felt like she was going to because they was kind of stumped on that. And then Nerese went And after what was the second one that she? Oh, no.
She went to the puzzle
Yeah, she
next.
went to the puzzle that they were doing, and she was able to get that pretty quickly before either one, and they still on one. This is her second obstacle, and
Yeah.
she
But
get
Horacio ended up saying, after this, let me go ahead and
he went to the
go.
one.
Yeah. Yeah. And then so yeah, it was a good elimination. It was a good Kylan. I don't think I don't want to say he didn't try,
I
but
think he tried, but I mean, it was just that puzzle was hard for him and Horacio. He probably should have went.
Yeah.
He probably should have left and did the
once
other.
once you get that once you get frustrated and you mad at the first puzzle and you've already see somebody completed and then they done caught up to you what you
Yeah, they on
doing and
number
done
3.
past you at that point.
in the end, Nerys and Horacio ended up having 2 flags apiece. Nerys was struggling on the seesaw apparatus one, and then Horacio went back to his puzzle, but he just couldn't get it. Nerys finally did get the seesaw apparatus and was able to, get
I
her
think that
win.
was great because they like just in my head, I'm like, Horacio's gonna win. This is before they even started. I'm just like, oh, okay, I want Horacio to win. But when the Reese was pulling the head, I was like, okay, the Reese, I want the Reese to win just because
Yeah.
that. I would.
I really wish it
Like,
was two. I really wish it was 2 of them coming back.
I wish it
Oh,
was.
we
I
should say
really
that.
wish it was too.
Just to backtrack a little bit, TJ did let them know that last time 2 people, only 1 person got sent home, 2 went back to the house. But this time, 2 people will be leaving, and only 1 will go back to the house. Yeah. Also, just to backtrack a little bit more, we did see that Nerys was ready to, and this will make this will make the nomination even worse because Nerys poured her heart out to Olivia and Michelle, and she was like, "I'm ready to quit because I can't trust people." And, I'm just tired. Kylan and Horacio have, been putting their game on the line for me to protect me, which I appreciate, but they shouldn't have to do that. And I just prefer to quit and deal with some of this drama. And then that just makes it even worse when Olivia did what she did, because it's like, But in the end, Nerys is coming back to the house as a scorned woman, ready to get vengeance for her man. Because when I say Nerys is about to set fire to that house, baby, y'all better hope she don't win.
It's a wrap, bro.
I hope she win. I'm gonna pray about it. Because I hope Nerys to win, and then I don't know. Like if I was Nerys and I won, let me tell you, I'm picking the person least likely. I'm gonna go Corey, Colleen. Those are the people I'm picking, and then we're gonna see who at the bottom.
The fantasy draft we go.
It's been on so long. I forgot Melissa was in this show. It's been on so long.
In first place, we have Team Say with 2,950 points. He's down to his, final 6. As far as
that numbers finna start dwindling
quickly,
so quick. They finna be dwindling. I only see maybe 1 person making the final out of my group.
Who, E-Man?
Yeah, that's it. Corey's not making the final.
It's either gonna be, if we want to go off one guy, one girl, it's either gonna be E-Man Colleen or E-Man Mariah. Second place with 2,897 points. I lost both of my guys. I lost E-Man, not E-Man. I lost Horacio and Ed. I only have Michelle and Nerys at this point. I'm still rooting for my girl. Hold it down. But like I said, whoever wins the season, I don't think they will have like a good reign as challenge champ. Like I don't think nobody will put respect on their name. Team GG hold it strong with 1,962.
I mean, I want my team to lose, so I don't.
That's crazy. You only got 2 players left. That's wild.
That is our review and recap of this week's episode of the Challenge 39 Battle for a New Champion. Please like and subscribe to our channel. Leave a comment down below to let us know what you thought of the episode, and we will see you on our next video. Peace.